maybe we can actually go finally make our first real dump of the day. You know, that first real good dump of the day, there's just something about it. It always just makes you feel better, right? Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and man, fall is in the air. And there's a creeper behind me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just being weird? So, I trying to get an early start on the day and checking on the animals, doing everything. And look, you notice all the leaves on the ground? Like, fall is creeping up on us. Beautiful morning. It's like 60 degrees. Problem is for, you know, the last few weeks is we're still hitting up into the 90s. Hey, quit biting. We're still getting up into the 90s in the evenings. This goat is in a funky mood this morning. Watch it. What? You gonna run and jump and play like you were? What? You see yourself? Huh? What? Dude. Charlie. Quit being a weirdo. Do you need a girlfriend? Is that what it is? Charlie needs a girlfriend. I'm not real sure if Charlie's a male or a female, but either way, if we bought a female, if we could find another female emu, two females would get along, two males don't get along, and a male and a female get along. So I think he needs a friend. Anyways, it's our weather pattern right now is just, we're in that time of year where the mornings and the evenings are really nice. Midday, brutally hot still, like mid-90s. But I'm trying to get things done early this morning, checking on the animals, watering, feeding everybody, and I have a stalker. See, this is why Mom doesn't like to come into pasture with you, because you're just a weirdo. Anyways, I'm going to spend most of the day working on the pond. I have not got to put any time in over at the pond, really, in almost a week because of Emily's surgery and all that. And I'll fill you guys in later on how she's doing and everything. But I need to get over there and do a lot of work. I've not done any cleanup over there. I mean, I got to use the dump trailer basically about 3 times, and then all the surgery stuff come up. So I'm going to do that, but I've got a guy on the way right now that's a pond builder contractor. He owns a business called Oklahoma Pond Builders, I believe. And that's all they specialize in, not all types of construction with dozers and excavators and all that stuff. Get off of me, bro. Get off of me. They specialize in ponds. And I want another estimate. I want another bid, because the company that I was hoping to hire finally got back to me on an estimate. And I know this is a big project and a big pond, and I know it's going to be expensive. And that's kind of why I've been doing so many pond videos, period, is to help pay for the pond. Let it pay for itself. Jeez, Spunky. Is that what we're going to call you? The cool weather got you feeling spunky? I'm trying to keep moving so Charlie don't pick me on the ear. Anyways, that company got back to me with an estimate, and they top-notch, awesome company, I believe. But it's like pushing $80,000. Now, this pond is not just going to be your normal average small livestock farm pond. We're wanting something that's 4+ acres. It's going to be over 20 feet deep. And it's going to be a lot of excavation, and we have to clear a lot of timber. I know it's going to be an expensive project. Was not ready for $80,000. So we're going to get another estimate today and see. Well, may not get the estimate today. We're going to get another walkthrough with a contractor and see if he can give me an estimate that's a little bit more tolerable. Alrighty, well, welcome back to Daniel's Hole of Doom here. What used to be a really nice bass fishing pond. Someday will be a much nicer, much larger bass fishing pond, I hope. So, still got a lot of loads to haul out with the dump trailer, but I think today, instead of loading it up here, I've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 dumps in and out. I know what it'll do. I know what the tractor can do. So I think I'm going to start backing the tractor down into the actual pond and just where I can load faster. And there's no reason to have to haul it all the way out here and scoop and dump. So I've got somewhat of a path down into there. I think I'll just back it down. Instead of pulling in and trying to turn around, I'll just back down in there and start loading the trailer and hauling some loads of dirt out. It's a slow process, I will say that. Well, my first attempt at climbing up out of the pond was a failure. I totally forgot. I put the bucket on the front of the tractor to have extra counterweight balance, so I went ahead and filled that with a scoop full of dirt. I totally forgot. And going up the hill, I know cameras don't do inclines justice whatsoever, but there is a pretty decent amount of incline here. The problem is the trailer tires, it's not muddy out here by any means, but the trailer tires being narrow with a lot of weight on them, we're starting to sink down in this just a little bit. I don't know, reworked it with the skid steer, kind of smoothed some things out, put some weight in the front of the tractor. Now let's see if we can pull it up out of here. If not, I guess I'll be skid steer 1 bucket at a time up to where I know I can get out. I don't know, it's worth trying. It's a time saver to get closer to the dirt pile though. Well, that's no fun at all. Make it to about the same point, and it just is what it is. The tractor tires start spinning in the same spot because there's just a little bit of a lip there, and at about the time the tractor tires are hitting that lip, the trailer tires are sinking down just a little bit, and it's just enough it doesn't want to climb up out of it. So I guess I'll dump this load of dirt where it's at in the bottom of the pond where I scooped it up from, pull the tractor and trailer up there and just go back and forth and load it that way. It was worth a shot, I guess, right? So the frustration's not in being able to move these big piles of dirt out of here. The frustration is, my hope for today was that I was going to be able to clean up this area and then get back in here with the excavator and start scooping mud and scoop it directly into the dump trailer, skipping out this drying process. Just back the dump trailer down in here, close to the excavator, scoop, set it in the trailer. But with that liquid goo, I don't know that it's going to be possible, which is really frustrating. That's the frustrating part about it. Taking the skid steer, moving a pile down here and going and driving it, dumping it in the trailer is only, that's minor details. That only saves a few seconds. But being able to eliminate one step out of this by bringing the trailer all the way to the ditch and scooping that soft, mushy liquid mud directly into the trailer, that's a big difference. So I don't know, I guess I could load smaller loads in the trailer, not put as much of that runny muddy stuff in there, and still be able to climb up this hill and get out. I just don't know. So you can see what's going on here. There's the tracks from the trailer. It's sinking down a little bit, but it's just because there's so much weight. It's not muddy by any means, but there's just a lip coming up out of the pond where the actual water line used to be. And I can take the skid steer and reshape that all I want, but I don't know if it's going to help. I can level that out a little bit more, and it may help, but the more I loosen the ground, the more harm I'm doing, I feel like, and trying to get traction with the tractor. Alright, reloaded from the top of the hill and ready to go. Maybe we can actually go finally make our first real dump of the day. That first real good dump of the day, there's just something about it. It always just makes you feel better, right? Sometimes those accidental dumps will sneak up on you, and when you don't take a dump where you're wanting to take the dump, it can be a problem. See there? Now, wasn't that just a much nicer dump? I'm telling you. The right place and the right time makes for a real nice dump. It's silly having to load this thing full and then dump it right back in the pond. I've got plenty of places around this property though that I can spread topsoil and things. The only concern I have with some of this is there's a lot of sticks and debris and such kind of piled up in it, and that's just because there was so much debris in the pond. You know, trees and limbs and brush, all that stuff will rot, but I don't want to just go spread it out on my pasture right now and have, you know, logs and sticks and stuff. So we'll just stockpile it for now and then figure out what we're going to do with it later. Okay, switching it up a little bit. The first few loads I've done are just the stuff that's more dried out. I need to make some space to get rid of some of the goo mud, some of the real wet, nasty stuff. I'm not sure how many scoops to get because this stuff is way more heavy than the more dried out dirt. So I don't want to overdo it on the trailer and not be able to lift it. So instead of doing 8 scoops, I'm probably going to just do like 6. Because every time I put one bucket load in there, I can see the trailer squat more and more. So hopefully, hopefully it'll dump this stuff out. The question is it going to slide out of the trailer? Because that stuff is wet and super sticky. Not a full load, but a nice wet dump to go try to take a dump with. Too far? This stuff's really heavy, so we'll see how it goes. I could fit 3 or 4 more scoops of mud in there, but I want to see what the trailer can do. I'm still learning the capabilities of this trailer and the capabilities of the tractor pulling it too. Obviously, as you saw earlier this morning, things didn't quite go as planned. But barring any catastrophe and anything, well, you guys know, with me, if anything can go wrong, it will. And we're hoping nothing can go wrong. Dodging all the trees in the trail and everything, but I just realized, well, I never told you, never did a follow-up. I told you that I had a pond contractor coming out this morning, and he came and was here for an hour or more. Tractor needs a Jake brake, doesn't it? That mud is pushing me down the hill. Anyways, he was here for over an hour this morning, and seems like a very knowledgeable pond builder. It's just tricky, man. The thing with building a pond is it has to be done right. The dam has to be repaired and fixed right. It's got to be done perfect, or it'll just leak over time, and then we'll have a leaky pond and it won't ever fill up right and all that. But seemed like a very knowledgeable guy, knows what he's doing. I don't know. I'm not sure who to hire yet. I don't know exactly what his bid's going to come in at. The way he talked, it's going to be quite a bit cheaper than the last contractor that gave me a bid, which doesn't necessarily mean it's better or worse. Everybody has different equipment, different rates, and different reasons for charging what they do. So I don't know. We shall see. I do know one thing though. This process is very slow. Moving the mud out of there, it just takes a lot of time by yourself. Yeah, look at that nasty wet goop. Ugh. Well, it's going up. Didn't even grunt or struggle or anything, so I could have loaded a few more scoops in there, so that's good to know. I really barely put hardly any at all in the front. Well, I did not get 100% clean dump, but there's less than one skid steer bucket left in there probably. And this stuff is, I mean, you can see it's just sticky. So not too bad. I won't complain about that. So all these dumps I've been taking this morning are starting to work up an appetite. I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna go back to the house, have a little lunch, see what my wife cooked up. Probably nothing, because she's been taking care of Emily. And if you know anything about my wife, or if you just moms in general, she has not left Emily's side since the surgery. I thought at some point I was gonna have to like force her to leave the hospital and just come home and shower and fix her hair and all that. But luckily Emily didn't have to stay in the hospital as long as we were expecting, so I didn't have to force her to leave. But since we've been home, it's like mama instincts are, you know, over the top, which is good. I'm not complaining. She's done an excellent job nursing Emily back to good health, I think. You got anything to say? Huh? Well, lunch is over. So I told you guys earlier I'd give you a little update on Emily and her condition. What, Earl? Are you trying to hold my hand? Am I not petting you enough? Huh? So Emily had surgery on Monday to repair her pectus excavatum condition in her chest. Look at this guy. You are ridiculous, Earl. You're ridiculous. You just want to cuddle, don't you? Yeah. So that was on Monday. She was in the hospital Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We got to come home Wednesday evening, Wednesday afternoon, whatever it was. And fast forward several days. Emily got to go to the football game last night. It was a high school football game, and it was our homecoming, our little small town homecoming. So she didn't want to miss all of her friends' stuff, so that was Friday night. And I'm actually filming this the day that you're seeing it on YouTube. She got to go to the football game. We actually went and borrowed a wheelchair. So our main concern was if she walked into that football game, all her friends would run up to her and want to hug her and everything. And chest surgery on her sternum and right around her heart and messing with all of her ribs. As you can imagine, she's very sore. But she made it. We probably made it half. We probably about half the football game. We came home a little during halftime, and she did okay. Pain management's getting a lot better. We've kind of got things evened out here at home, and she's learning what she can do and can't do and how far she can kind of push it. So the football game last night was the first time she'd been out of the house since we got home. So she's really, honestly, taking it very easy. Look at this guy. He just keeps pawing at my arm. So she's taking it easy, and it's going to be a long, slow recovery. I mean, you guys, if you've ever broken a rib, you know those rib injuries hurt. Do you agree, Earl? They just hurt so bad. It's one of those things that just takes forever to get over, and every breath can be painful sometimes. So with her and then pulling her sternum out and putting a metal rod behind all of her ribs and everything, there's a lot of swelling in her chest and a lot going on there that she's going to have to work through. And so we're staying on top of the medications, keeping everything exactly the way the doctors prescribed it. I mean, it's broken down. They gave us a whole flow chart from midnight to midnight, basically, of what she gets and when and all that stuff. So as long as we can keep ahead of the pain, she's doing okay. And they gave her some lidocaine patches to actually go on her chest where the incisions are, and those help a lot. One thing that she did, or we chose to do pre-surgery as they started, was this cryotherapy. I'm not even sure what it's called. Cryo is freezing. So they go in and they freeze all the nerves in between her ribs and in her chest and all of that. So she's basically numb from like her collarbones down through most of her ribs. But the surgeon came in one day and told us he was not able to go as far down on her ribs, like 7 and 8. He wasn't able to do the cryo on because they was putting so much pressure on her heart. Well, those ribs were pushing, absolutely 100% pushing on her heart. And he's like, I can't get in there and freeze those nerves that are right next to the heart because we can't freeze the heart. So she didn't get all completely numbed, but basically from her collarbone down to mid-chest is numb, like to the touch. She can't feel anything. So that helps with the pain a lot. But anyways, it's been an interesting procedure. It's been good to see, even locally, and plus with on social media and all the YouTube and Facebook, at how many other people have a pectus excavatum diagnosis in their chest. This where your chest caves in, and there's been several people reach out that had to have the same surgery she did, and it's been really good. Like one girl probably had the surgery a month or so before Emily, and she'd been emailing us telling us what all to expect and plan for and all that stuff. So it's been great. It's gone really, really well, and I'm sure Emily will be more than overjoyed to get over the pain of this stuff. But I know this surgery is something that she's been wanting for a long time, and we're hoping that it's going to help her improve in sports and stuff and just everyday life, because her right heart chamber was only getting 20 to 25% of the blood flow that it should. So basically she was working off of one side of her heart, and you can imagine what that does for an athlete that's trying to get up and down a basketball court. Not having the blood flow that you need to oxygenate your body makes it hard. So anyway, she's doing great. She's recovering well and taking it very easy, taking it very slow. So we'll keep you in the loop if anything changes, but as far as everything goes right now, Guys, huge thank you to each and every one of you that have been praying for Emily and praying for our family. It means a lot. It really does. So, guys, remember, do something today to make somebody smile, because you never know, Earl, it just might change the world, right? So, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.